Authorities are treating a mysterious object as suspicious but not dangerous after it washed ashore at a beach in Western Australia. The object, which was discovered in Green Head, appears to be made of metal and is at least 2 metres tall. It is baffling. Scientists. Joining us now is forensic biologist Dr. Paola Magni. Good to see you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
How will the experts go about trying to figure out what this is?
It's a very interesting and mysterious case at this stage, but there are so many scientists and so many sciences and disciplines that can help out to identify what it is and also where it does it come from and what happens since the moment in which it was not in the water, arrived in the water, the trajectory that was in the water for this object. And we can use chemistry, we can use physics, we can use biology for that.
Okay, so from what you've seen so far, do you have a theory? I mean, there seem to be quite a few theories floating around as to what this actually is and where it's come from.
Yeah, there are so many interesting theories and conspiracy theories. I'm a scientist, so I had to stick with the facts. And the facts is that I don't have the samples in my hands. The only thing I can see is the pictures, and the pictures are pretty interesting because I can see a colonization of barnacles on these artifacts. Barnacles are creatures that live in the ocean, and specifically the one that you can see are creatures that live in the top part of the water. So this object was floating, was not at the bottom of the sea. So that is something. Also, you can see that the colonization is only of half of this part, so not all the structure was underwater, was partially underwater and partially over water. That is interesting because that will make satellite and imagery possible to see where it was before. So direct analysis using pictures and visual analysis. But then all these indirect analysis about the creatures living on this structure and also the metal itself, what kind of metal it is, how the corrosion is changing this metal. So the corrosion rate will give us a time spent in water. The barnacles grow at different rate based on the water temperature, so will give us time underwater. And barnacles are different species, different part of the world. So we could potentially backtrack the origin of this structure.
Okay, well, authorities are saying that it is safe, but that they'd like people to stay away from it because I guess for people like you need it to be in exactly that condition that it was found in.
Yeah, it's very important to maintain it as an evidence, as a sort of a crime scene investigation, even if it's not a crime. It's a suspicious situation. It's something that we have to investigate on, and the authorities are there, and they need to have the structure as pristine as possible from the point of view of the investigation, not altered by people taking selfies or touching or taking a sample, a specimen that maybe want to sell on eBay just because it's something fancy at the moment.
Yeah, Paola, fascinating to see. We'll be following this to see what it is. Some people are saying that it's from a plane. Some people are saying it's space junk. There are all sorts of interesting theories. So
it's interesting. It doesn't matter actually what it is. Aquatic creatures will find it as just a very good shelter, a very good structure to attach on. Barnacles don't have a brain, but they will think, oh, this is a great place to attach my body and go around and filter the water and get a lot of food. So for them, it doesn't matter if it's coming from a spacecraft or from a boat or something from an alien population. It's just a good place to live in.
Fair enough. Well, we'll be following that one very closely, Paola. I really appreciate you making the time to tell us about the process that will be gone through now. We'll update you if that mystery is solved.